Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. It's the Streisand effect, folks. You thought that they would learn, but of course, deep state rhino goons and leftist mainstream media hacks never learn now, do they? The more you attack Donald Trump or Trump-aligned America First candidates, the more popular they end up being in the long run. You might be able to successfully take them down, or at least take their approval rating down momentarily, little cheap reputational attacks, but in the end, in the long run, they almost always prove ineffective, insignificant. And boy, oh boy, is the good old GOP learning the lesson the hard way. I think rhinos were hoping that at this most recent CPAC event that they could steal the show, but basically the exact opposite happened in the most epic of fashion. The truth is, Trump is on the rise, and Kari Lake, we don't call her a political superstar for no reason. She's blasting off at the speed of light. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on as we sip on these liberal and rhino tears. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's a great headline to start off this video. Kari Lake scores massive victory at CPAC. The voters want her. Of course, as we know, the Bushes, the Cheneys, and the McCains tried to destroy Kari Lake. They claimed she was unelectable. They claimed she was extreme and a danger to the Republican Party. Here's the thing about democracy. Nobody cares what the McCains, the Bushes, and the Cheneys say, or the Cheneys think. What matters in the end is what the voters think, and the voters have made up their mind and they want their voices heard. The Republican voters have spoken at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, and they want Kari Lake. They did not pick her for the presidency, but as the vice president in the 2024 presidential election, as the former Republican candidate for governor was victorious in the event's straw poll for the role. Lake won with 20% of the vote, followed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis at 14%, and former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley came in third at 10%. Lake was one of the featured speakers at the event, where she said that she believed an America First strategy is what the nation needs. She also claimed that she was offered cash, in other words, a bribe, to remove herself from the political arena.
Somebody showed up at my door this week. They called me before and said, I got to talk to you in person. This can't be done over the phone, which is always kind of like, uh-oh, what's that going to be about? They came to my door and they tried to bribe me out of getting out of politics. It's really happened. I'm telling you this because this is how disgusting politics is. A mom who runs for office and they're afraid of me, they tried to bribe me with a job title, with a huge salary, a position on a board. This is how they do it. And I said, are you kidding me? I walked away from a big job and a big salary. I'm not motivated by that stuff, guys. I'm not. So this person standing before me was sent at the request of some powerful people back east. They want me out of politics. And when I said no to this person, they didn't take no for an answer. They said, well, what will it take? What is your price? How do we keep you out? Name your price. This really happened this week. Name your price. All we're asking for you to do is to get out of politics for 2 years.
They want to get rid of Kari Lake so bad. I don't know why exactly. Kari Lake did incredibly well in Arizona despite the state trending left, all of the ridiculous laws related to casting ballots compared to pretty much every single other Republican on the ballot except for Abe Hamadeh. Abe Hamadeh, who I believe is the only person who outperformed her, possibly one more candidate. Kari Lake did great and clearly her political stock is growing, if anything. But they just want to get rid of her so badly. Of course, because Kari Lake and other individuals like her, America First candidates, are a remnant of the Trump style of politics, and boy, these rhinos are hoping and praying that the America First faction slows down or disappears. Not gonna happen. Same old GOP rhino elites slam President Trump after he crushes the field in CPAC straw poll. Donald Trump absolutely obliterating the competition. No matter what some of these left-wing garbage polls tell you that Ron DeSantis is taking him over, not happening. And these rhino goons can't handle it. Sununu, man, I struggle with that name. I have no idea what nationality that name is. Sununu. Anyways, for now we'll just call him Nunu, who was somehow voted governor of New Hampshire, shared on Meet the Press this morning. As far as former President Trump, I think he's going to run Obviously, he's in the race. He's not going to be the nominee. That's just not going to happen. What a load of coke. Asa Hutchinson, the former governor of Arkansas, said, former President Donald Trump's 2024 message appeals to an angry mob in response to remarks Trump made at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, in which he pitched himself as fighting the final battle for retribution. Oh, they just can't handle it, folks. They just can't handle that it's a new Republican Party, a totally new face, a new demeanor, a new stance that wants to get in the political mud fight. They can't handle it that their decades-old control and reign over the deep state GOP is now in question. The reason they hate people like Kari Lake and Donald Trump, the America First faction, is because Trump is based.
And if you put me back in the White House, their reign is over. Their reign will be over. And they know it. And America will be a free nation once again. We're not a free nation right now. We don't have free press. We don't have free anything. In 2016, I declared, I am your voice. Today I add, I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution. Not going to let this happen. I will totally obliterate the deep state. I will fire.
I mean, he's certainly not holding back anymore, and they know that trying to stop him is a hopeless endeavor. I mean, the GOP rhino candidate right now is not Ron DeSantis, it's Nikki Haley. And let's just do a little bit of compare and contrast. Nikki Haley puts me to sleep, and that's being nice. That's not actually analyzing the contents of her speeches, or rather lack of content, or the ridiculous identity politics shtick that she's constantly playing. Just as a human being and as a politician, as a political brand, she puts me to sleep.
Together we can summon our fellow citizens to look past the failed ideas and leaders from Washington and find the courage to be part of the solution. I truly believe we can make this vision real in our time, because that's what I've seen in my entire life. As a brown girl growing up in a black and white world, I saw the promise of America unfold before me. As the wife of a combat veteran, I saw our people's deep strength and the courage to defend it. As governor, I saw our state move beyond hate and violence and lift up everybody in peace.
They're coping, folks, they're coping, and Donald Trump is rising back like a damn phoenix. I mean, Sleepy Joe is as sleepy as ever, as uninteresting, boring, corrupt, and vapid as ever. And Donald Trump keeps releasing these absolutely stellar, hard-hitting campaign vlog posts, promoting a shining vision of American greatness. His political stock is rising and rising fast. You know, he was in the gutter. It's just a fact. Late 2022 and early 2023 was pretty rough for the Trump image, but it's recovering and recovering fast. You know, ahead of the 2022 midterm results, Donald Trump was actually the most favorable major politician of any political party. Well, after 2022, based on polling data, his favorability ratings took a considerable hit. Well, they're already back on the rise. If we omit some of these outdated polls from January and early February and take a look at the last couple of polls with registered voters, in terms of his public image, he's back in a good spot. I mean, the Harvard-Harris poll has him at 48% favorability, a net +3 positive. Harvard-Harris and Emerson, the most two recent polls as well, also have Donald Trump handily beating Joe Biden, and so it's looking like a comeback kid scenario. I don't think Ron DeSantis, at least right now, has what it takes to unseat Donald Trump. Clearly no establishment goon politician will come even close. The only way Ron DeSantis could do it is if he put up one of the most stellar debate performances and campaigns in not only American history but in world history. If the guy came out swinging and had the most incredible political sales pitch of all time, he might be able to do it, but I think it's pretty unrealistic at this point. I honestly don't even think Ron DeSantis is going to run. And all the doom and gloom, all the copium that Donald Trump is done, his political brand is done, and people who married themselves politically to Donald Trump like Kari Lake made a career-ending decision because he's going to take them down with him. Not going to happen. In fact, the exact opposite might happen. Donald Trump is the premier Republican right now, the de facto leader of the GOP going forward, and it's even possible that if he BTFOs Biden in 2024, he takes Kari Lake with him as his vice president. That would be absolutely absolutely epic. I don't think it's in the bag, but I think it's certainly possible. I'd even say it's maybe likely, depending of course on a couple factors in terms of voting laws, and depending on how the GOP starts to embrace mail-in voting and starts getting those voter drives going. But anyways, it's looking good. It's a good day whenever the rhinos are screeching on Chuck Todd's Meet the Press on MSNBC. Ah, you poor little rhinos. Keep coping, keep campaigning for Democrats like the political traitors you are. Keep trying to take down Donald Trump. Not gonna happen. Nobody's listening. I mean, literally. Nobody even knows who the hell Chris Sununu is. Or the rest of these clowns trying to take down Donald Trump. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.